All right, speculators, let's fire up the Futures Fanatic Foundation. Futures Fanatic Foundation. I always say that. It's a little different. My intro is different than the trade room. Let's fire up the Futures Fanatic afternoon live stream for the afternoon of Wednesday, August 27, 2025. So BRAD rocked the trade lab today from BRAD. All right. You need to get another handle, BRAD. That way you can come in and praise yourself. I know it is hard to be humble when you're as great as we are. All right, before we get going, I want to remind everybody that this broadcast is for educational purposes only. Most of the trading will be done in simulated brokerage accounts. They're not even brokerage accounts. They're simulated accounts. They're funny money. It's a casino game. Push buttons like a drunk monkey at your own peril. Even though it is sim, you can get paid on it. Look both ways before crossing the street. Don't eat yellow snow. Don't run with scissors. Wait 30 minutes before swimming after eating. You know the drill. All right. Today, it's all about big chip energy, everybody. So it's going to be about the the NVDA earnings that I think are about 30 minutes after the market close. So if they're 30 minutes after the market close, I'm not going to stick around for everybody, okay? My Kerpos going into today is short the NASDAQ from the offer zone right over here. You can see I took a loss from the plus ones. The plus twos were the areas to wait for. So if you just do what you're supposed to do on narrow range days. I also have some shorts in the MES. And I'm just going to go and take that off in these accounts and just leave it on in the wire-to-wire challenge account. So that's right here and right here. So we'll just trail this down. See if we can get to this swing level right here. Okay.
Order pending.
Now the pullbacks today have been very, very, very shallow. So if you're a multi-contract trader and have any sort of short positions on into a big number like this, I would generally lighten those positions or get out of them. And then we see if we can trade around the top of the range here. If we have time today, I might talk a little bit about the rule of projection, which is something that members of my trade room will understand, but it's a fun exercise to do on days like this, especially when the top end of the range, like so here's the S&P, right? When our POC is up here outside what we would call the offer zone, and the prior POC is way down here. So really quickly, the formula to calculate a rule of projection, and we do this for you on a pre-market checklist if you come in and check out our trade room, is we're going to add 1 7-day ATR to the prior session's POC, and we're going to get our rule of projection lows and highs for today. Now, how do you get the ATR 7? Well, the easiest way to do it is to have it be calculated for you using something like the market analyzer over here on Ninja. So the current ATR 7 is 64. What does that mean? That means the expected 23-hour range in the S&P MES should be about 64 points. Okay? We use the 7-day because that roughly takes out the weekends. It's not a perfect science, everybody. You can use different ATR measurements if you want, but that's going to give us about a 65-point expected 23-hour range in the markets. Hold on a second. Oh, good. Getting a few profits going on over here. One momento. Let me see here. I just want to close this.
Order filled. Order
close
filled.
that. Close
Order
that.
filled.
Close that.
Order filled.
Close this.
Order filled.
Close
Order
this.
filled.
Close this.
Order filled.
Guys, it's hard to be humble when you're as great as I am.
Order filled.
No, I'm just messing. Just new boot goofing over here. New boot goofing. Just
Order
a second.
filled.
We'll close
Order
this and
order
this.
order order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Sorry. So those are shorts that I'm closing in the NASDAQ as it's falling and approaching. I want to cancel this. I really don't want to be long here. But this will be my target there on the short at 587. So we'll do a little target at 587 there.
Order filled. Order filled. Position open.
Target hit there.
Position closed.
Position open. Ooh, okay. I had a long
Order
there.
filled.
So I want to close
Position
that.
closed.
So now my only Kerpos over here is just
Order
short the
filled.
S&P. We're hitting
Position
targets there.
closed. Position
And I
open.
don't know why that.
Order filled. Position closed.
I do have the copier running over here, so that's causing some issues. Still testing that.
Order filled.
Close
Order
this
filled.
and this. Okay. Oh, what's going on there? All right.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
That's a bummer. That was a definite bummer. Oh well, we'll be all right. Okay. So I was doing a little something on the rule of projection high and low, so we can get back into that in just a moment. My Kerpos now is just short MES in these three accounts. So that's basically all the profits for the day because I had really only traded a couple of these accounts here today. I got 7 warriors. We got the first 5 I ever bought, which are right here for those that care. That's the wire-to-wire challenge. It's still going on. I got 3 gladiators and then 2 additional warriors that I bought, mostly for testing, but I'll pass them and things. But I wanted to use those for testing in the copier and stuff like that. The Dow came in a little bit for a heartbeat, but not for too long. Hold on just a moment. So I also have a short Dow on over here in all of these accounts, and I'm trading that in the live account here. So let me just put this in here.
Order submitted.
I'll resell up here.
Order submitted.
All right, then we'll get back to the teaching here for just a moment. All right, so the formula we're putting together to calculate the ATR7, just let an indicator do it for you. It's going to give you a 65-point range on the S&P. You're going to be hard-pressed to find anybody that teaches this way, so you don't have to take my word for it, but I'm pretty good at this. You have got to have strategies that account for both the volatility regime, which simply means how much range, how fast is the car that you're in going, what's it capable of doing. And again, these are just probabilities. NVIDIA could report a number today. NVIDIA, I think, roughly represents about 8% of the S&P. The math that I had heard today on Bloomberg was that the expected range in NVIDIA or move today would be 6% up or down. That would equate to 66 bips, gang. So a little over a 0.5% move in the entire S&P based on the move that happens in NVIDIA. So would that potentially cause a little bit of range expansion today? Well, the answer is no. So even if we got a 30 to 35 point move after this NVIDIA earnings, we are still within the expected range for today because we've only put in 30 points of range. Can I get a 1 in the chat if that makes sense? You want to start to think in terms of range. Everyone is a lot of people teach on, even if they're showing order flow or or volume profiles or things, there's not a first quick bottoms up, top down discussion of what volatility looks like as measured by something simple like the ATR. Now, next little component that we can put in here is what we would call our rule of projection, which is we're just going to take the prior session's POC, which is right here, and we're going to add and subtract 1 ATR from it. Now, I'm not very good at math, but if I added 65 to 55, I think I get about 65.20, right? So the ROP high for today would be about 65.20 up here. And the opposite on the downside, you just subtract the 55 and you would get basically 63.90s, right? So up to here or down to here. Okay, that's not a Gann projection or a Fibonacci projection or a lot of fantasy that people make up, or even a measured move based on the last impulse move. All those things don't have any mechanical, repeatable, systematic thing that you can put in place. 10 out of 10 trader dentists have got to agree that the prior session's highest volume was at 64.55. That's just a fact from yesterday. Not only that, it's a clearly defined profile from yesterday right here. Some of this might be my head's blocking it, but you should see it okay. So this is the current session's POC right here, prior session POC, and now we have some rules of projection. Does that mean you put an order resting up here at 65.20? No, not necessarily. Does that mean you have risk up to 65.20 if you decided to get short here? No. It's just a framework for you to operate off of that actually you can go and measure anytime you'd like. If we want to do it on the Dow Jones would be adding 500 points, essentially, 480 points to 45,354. So it gives you 45,850s, right? 45,850s. And then subtract the other side. So it is a Pulp Fiction NFT, baby. I got this in Portugal. Great. Sounds like some of you caught that that move that we just had, which is great. I left it on in a few accounts over here. I knew I was going to have trouble finding this thing again. Let me just do this. Yeah, so I'm going to put it back on over here. Back on in 5. Back on. We're going to be back on in 5. Sell the ask. Sell it up here.
Order pending. Order filled.
Same
Position
thing.
open.
Same thing as 1. And all I'm doing, folks, is just selling
Order
the
pending. Order pending.
session high is basically 65.02. Another way you can
Order
that I
filled.
do sometimes, this is
Position
completely
open.
made up, is I'll sell a new high or I'll buy a new low in the S&P about 4 to 6 points from that high. So you could just make it up and go up there to 65.02. 65.07 is just totally made up. But this is not made up right here. Just selling this right here. So see if we get one more cycle here. Who knows? Maybe we do, maybe don't. Doesn't really matter.
Order filled.
The only thing that I'm actually still in live is the Dow Jones here. So on this Dow, I'm just going to bore you to death, and we're going to watch the Dow here. What I've decided to do, since I put a little bit more money in the tracking account, is this account that starts with a U. This is a Interactive Brokers account, and I'm using that to power all of the prop accounts that I have connected via Tradeovate. Oh man, that sucked. That definitely sucked. That was a bummer. What happened there? That was a bummer. Got almost down to
Order filled.
to the -1s on the Nasdaq, huh?
Order filled.
It really ripped. Shoot. Got out a little too early.
Order submitted.
I got out of my short at VWAP
Order
and a
filled.
little bit more at VPOC.
Order submitted.
Well, maybe we'll get another bite at the apple. We'll see here. I don't mind. I'll put in an order here so we can just trade the
Order pending.
strat in these right here. So that's the
Order
Nasdaq resting
pending.
some orders to get short, and here's the S&P. This time I'm going to cover here on
Order pending.
a move down to VWAP again. I was doing other things
Order
over
pending.
on Ninja, or else I would have been out of all of this in all these accounts. But maybe we get lucky and end up doing a little better. We'll see. Now, what you're seeing there on the screen, I'm not going to keep that up all the time. I'll do it occasionally, red or green. It doesn't really matter. It takes up a lot of page real estate, but there are some people that like to sort of see the Kerpos. So here's the Kerpos. Essentially, I'm short the MES in all these accounts. But the real key is the sizing here and using micros. So I can't go through any stream because I know we have new people that join all the time. If you are trading minis in any size prop account, I do not care what your strategy is. I don't care if you think you have great risk reward. I don't care if it's been, I honestly will tell you, even if it's been working in the past. Working in the past has to mean that you have a funded account that you've been cash flowing for months. Not, you made it there, you took one payout and blew it up. You cannot trade minis, or should not be trading minis, in any prop account. You're over leveraged. It's too big. Let me show you something over here, because I was eventually going to do a plus 500 week, but I don't have enough money in here yet. I have 2,500. Do you see that this set there? The position here is a 2-lot on the Dow Jones. Okay. I haven't done anything with plus 500 yet because the interface is still so shitty, and their product people won't listen to me. I'm like, so just for a moment, let me just complain. And I'm going to send this to you guys, okay? What the F is this? Sold, okay, sold, that's fine. That should say minus or short, right? Have an action side. The P&L is this. What is my price? This is the last price. By the way, you can't configure these columns. Okay, no way to interact here. You click here and then it opens up this stupid thing. It's just really bad. But here's the point. On a 2, I have a 2-lot of the Dow Jones, and it's calculating that if I were to hold this position through the close, as of right now, it's going to auto liquidate me. This is, again, 2578 equity in this account. Has a negative 389 available margin. Everybody listening to my voice, you need to understand what this means. Once you understand what this means, if you want to purposely completely over leverage yourself in every single prop program, then okay, have at it. But if you also are the type that says, hey, these programs are all scams and they don't want to take you live and they want everyone to fail, fine. Then just don't be that person. Treat your prop program with the same amount of margin and leverage that would happen in the real world. Hence, over here on Prop Shop Funny Money, where I could probably put on 50 micros, I think, right? Five minis, 50 micros. If you can't do it in the real world, just don't do it. Because you're building a skill that doesn't help you in the real world. And then the perfect combination is have a few real world accounts, use copiers, leverage across prop programs, trade one live account, for instance. This is a way you could do it. This account right here has $11,000 in it. Right? It has 11,000 bucks in it. I don't know if you can see that. I don't even know where it says 11,000. It has 11,000 in it. Okay? You see what it's up today? It's up $4. But I'm in a position where I'm short the Dow. Maybe I'm going to be down 100. Maybe I'll be up 100. We'll see. It doesn't really matter. It's appropriately sized for the size of the account. All right, we started talking a little bit about rules of projection. So make sure you understand what the volatility profile looks like, the regime that you're trading in, how much range is going on. Right now we're trading in a 65 MES. Maybe September wakes up a little bit, has some of that seasonality downside, and we creep up and we're trading a 75 or 80 or 90 ES in terms of the ATR. We've traded NASDAQ ATRs as high as 700, Dow Jones as high as 1,200. The expected daily range, 1,200 points. The expected daily range in the NASDAQ, 700 points. So that's not what's going on right now. By the way, if you want some of these concepts reinforced for you, first time finding my content, or maybe you've been joining for a while and you still have not done this, grab that ebook down there. Because the ebook will walk you through the notional value of these accounts and why that's all nonsense. a little bit about trade copying, how to leverage across accounts, starting with the Dow Jones, the reason you should start with the Dow Jones and stick with that. It'll point you to a workshop that I have here on YouTube that will introduce all of these concepts to you. The rule of projection, ATR. It's all free right here on YouTube. So just go over and grab that. And then the only downside is now you're on a list and you're going to hear from me occasionally. Let's walk through the trade management on this particular trade right here. One that's highly profitable from the highs of the day. Now, there's a lot of traders that would feel very uncomfortable letting something come back to them like this. And I get it. So you could run a sell stop someplace here, right? It's perfectly fine. However, up here, this is the offer zone where you could initiate new shorts. So I don't want to get stopped out right where I would potentially even be adding. That's just me. That's my situational fluency. That's how I'm managing a larger risk budget. But the more important thing about this is if I run a sell stop anywhere in here, now, again, this trade already hit target, but not in this account because I wasn't watching this account. But if I want to get to this target here, I can't unless I still have a position on, right? How am I ever going to do that? So micros, in addition to the fact that you should only be trading them, they do truly allow you to trade professionally in the sense of managing risk, scaling in, scaling out, taking certain positions off, experimenting, walk forward testing different things. If you continue to struggle with the inability to let trades hit a target, you are invalidating essentially any kind of metric that you have because we all know how to let them hit our stop. We'll just sit there frozen and let it go to our stop. Now, I fortunately have a methodology in which my stops are never hit. Anyone know how my stops are never hit? "20-second delay. How are my stops never hit? I don't have any. That's right. Brad knows. I don't use them. My stops are when I decide to hit the close button. Yesterday I was talking about doing a soft implementation of having no trade exceed more than 1/3 of your DRB. You know, having no trade exceed more than 1/3 of my DRB. Am I saying that you should not have stops in the marketplace? Absolutely not. But there is nothing wrong with a mental stop. There is nothing wrong with a VAR or value at risk based stop. Yeah, so you guys got it. That was the general gist of what you're picking up what I was putting down. No, I won't be doing any actual trading on NVDA or any. I rarely trade. I did 2 or 3 stock trades this year and crushed it. So I'm not gonna. Whereas in 22 and 23, I got crushed by my equity portfolio. So I was not a very good investor in those years. But I shorted AppLovin like 50 cents from the top at some price that I'm going to completely forget. I did comment on it in the trade room and also put it in Rod's positions. Oh, by the way, I'm still long Bitcoin from 10. So I'm up about $900 on that position, the one I put in the portfolio there. Speaking of, you guys, members, you know this, right? I don't know if anyone's enjoying this, but it's been a while since we've done stuff in our crypto channel. Where the hell is our crypto channel? Here we go. So you guys all seen this, right? I mean, do your own research. I mentioned it yesterday too. I think CRO is up 40% today. I have 500,000 of them, so that was a nice day. 500,000, big ballin' on something that was 12 cents 3 days ago. What did it hit today? 32, 30 something? I don't want to talk about crypto in here that much, but you know, when it's as simple as Trump media is establishing some sort of fund to buy CRO, have at it, baby. All right, I gotta. CRO is up. It's at 25 cents, so 25 cents up 30%. All right, couple comments over here, so I'll go down here for just a moment. So there's some context. Thought Apex checks to see if you're using stops where they give payouts. Don't worry about that. If you're trading micros and you're producing risk-adjusted returns without a lot of volatility and slow and steady, and you request a payout about every couple weeks and you're doing these things correctly, I'll go to bat for you. If you're trading minis or you have a lot of volatility in your P&L, or you know, I have no idea, but there's no possible way that any firm goes through and looks at something like that. So I would not be concerned about it. I have another indicator I can drop in the Discord. Please do. Yeah, let's do it. I saw you did a modification already to the market analyzer, right? So that's awesome. Please bring it. Bring it. That'd be great. All right. Do you have any other questions? Drop them in there. I'll check back on that from time to time. Damn it, Dow Jones. Damn you, Dow Jones. All right. Well, yesterday we saw this same thing, all right? This push to highs. So they're not going to get me today. Today, I'm not going to do an ad up there. I'm just going to leave it alone. And then we'll see as we get a little closer to the close if we get some sort of silliness after the market on close orders. Now, the one thing that NVIDIA should not influence too much at all, except for by proxy, is the Dow, right? It's not in the Dow, thank God. If it was in the Dow, it wouldn't really have that much of an impact because it's just sort of an average price stock right in there around 180. The Dow is price weight averaged, or is a price weighted average index. Anyone get long that NASI? I was resting some orders back down there at 500. 23 fives have been the level on the NASI. $772 is POC from Friday? Probably. Yeah, 772. Yep, look at that. Yeah. Another high volume node up there. We have a big old offer zone, so lots of room to go. Yeah, ROP high on the. So you can do the math. If we get a 6% move from NVIDIA, and it's good for about 60 bips move from the price, let's say 6,500. So I'm not very good at math. 1% of 6,500 is 65, right? So half of that, 3,250. So if we get a full move, we would be looking at about a 30-point move on the S&P. So someone's mentioning they got a vert
Order
call. That could
filled.
work out really well
Position open.
if we get the direction right.
Order filled.
Filled. Position open.
That could work. That could really happen. All right, I'm not going to do it in my live account here, but I am going to add
Order
a little bit in these very large
Order
prop
filled.
programs. These are $250,000 prop programs
Order
at Apex. So we can handle
Order
a
submitted.
3-lot here at
Order filled.
as it just spikes.
Order submitted. Order filled.
I'm in Pacific time zone. It is 12:39 on the left coast. What do you mean if it's real time streaming? If you hit the thing on YouTube, it says live. I'm live. Live, not Memorex. No cherry picking here, baby. I'll just double down, donkey right into this strength. Meanwhile, giving it all back on our S&P short. Oh, really? 420, man. So NVIDIA reports at 420. I'm still not going to stick around for 20 minutes afterwards with you guys. I'm sorry. It's a really nice day here in Las Vegas. I don't have really any interest or need to do that. Had a real good day already in all the things that matter. Greetings from Austria. How are you? Yeah, I don't know if my buddy Matt, if he watches the stream, but that was a pretty funny. He sent me this article. It's funny. Where is it? Apparently, the orgy tent at Burning Man was lost in the wind on Monday, but they have vowed to rebuild it. Here we go. Here's this article. It's terrible. Burning Man, Orgy Dome destroyed. Get out of there. I don't want that. All right. Okay. Orgy Dome destroyed by storm. Organizers vow to rebuild. We will rebuild it. Let's just leave the stream on that. I think that's useful.
Order filled.
All right, what do we got? Maybe a short in the NASI or something? Yeah, a little short NASDAQ. Can't see this working out. Anyone think you could kind of get used to seeing numbers like I'm showing there on the screen without freaking out too much? You know, let things just sort of move around a little bit. I think you could. Dow Jones up there. Same kind of move as yesterday in the Dow. Scared of red numbers and clowns. Yeah, that's what I should put on the what I should put on the disclaimer. Yes, my my shirt. Big topic of conversation today. You know what we could also do? We could do watch of the day. Today I am flexing my Omega Blue Seamaster with the blue dial. So nice. I'm your typical douchebag dude. Nice watches, nice things. But we won't see that on social media. On social media, it will be clips of me ranting here during the stream, turned into hopefully little nuggets of wisdom on how to do things properly when you are speculating. All right, we got 4 more minutes until the market on close orders. Yeah, I do not have any Richard Mills or I think anyone who spends more than $25,000 on a watch is just an asshole. I know that sounds weird considering, but 15,000's all right, 12,000's good value for something that essentially has about $400 worth of labor and parts in it, if that. Yes, 15,000's okay, 25,000 you're an asshole. 50,000's extremely stupid. Especially when we've solved this. If you want like dude cash, here's the 2 things. Rolex subs, they're like dude cash. You pay 10, 12 for them. If you decide to get a GMT or something like that, fine. If you buy at the right price, you can sell it for 80 to 90 to 100% of what you paid for it, almost always. And then 911s, with the exception of the 996. The 996, no. So that's 996 is 2000 or 1999 to 2005. Don't buy that car. But any other 911 and you're golden. Buy it, drive it, enjoy it, sell it for 5% less than you paid for it. All right. Thank you for putting that in Discord. That's awesome. I'll alert people to those resources in Discord tomorrow if you can remind me. Why am I so adamantly holding? I'm not adamantly doing anything. I'm in a short MES position. Just a moment ago, the market just ripped down there randomly for no reason. Maybe it does it again. Unlikely, but I don't know. Anything can happen. I want to lose money on this Dow Jones. I do like nice cars, but not nothing other than I've been a Porsche guy my whole life. I've owned some AMGs and some M series BMWs and things. I would never buy a Ferrari or a McLaren or a Bentley or who knows. Not a supercar guy. Plus, generally I only have one, maybe two cars. Why do you need more than two cars? Or three cars? They're investments, man. All right. Look at the Nazi go, baby. Look at the Nazi go. All right, there's our market on close. And it looks like they're buying,
Order
baby.
filled. Position open.
They're buying. All right. We got a double short on in a couple accounts here. Market on close with a push. The Dow didn't break out, at least. So they bought some Nazi. All right, I'm going to close this in these two accounts.
Order filled.
We got
Position closed.
like a decent price, so we'll see. That's the best. That was a 928, right? Or a 944. 928? I think it was a 928. Who's the U-boat commander? Risky Business got to be one of the best movies ever made, I think. Significant cars. I got a calculus test tomorrow, and I'm being chased by Guido, the killer pimp. Think there's any chance? Any chance? So you saying there's a chance?
Order modified.
There you go. Trading the Nazi from the long side. I like it. Take profits up here in the offer zone. Great trade. It just, right when I started the stream, the thing freaking ripped down to the 560s. I had some shorts on actually up there that made me a little bit of money, but I wasn't able to do everything all at the same time. We were just getting the stream going. We had that little ripper to the downside. A little ripper. All right. Well, whatever happens with this NVIDIA, I hope it leads to a little bit of movement tomorrow, reaction, and then some good stuff, because today we closed our I shut down the room at 9:30 Central, because I was just like, we don't need to hang around for this. We don't need to hang around for this.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Anyone trade any MBT today? Remember, we call this stay in your lane. And that's a pretty good job of staying in the lane, huh? Where do we sell? Where do we sell here, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, you can make this complicated if you want. You kind of short here. It's kind of short here. Kind of works out. You go back and look, the pullbacks to VWAP worked for longs too. Yeah, you can do that eventually. But start by just having the discipline to trade the strategies as mean reversion to begin. And then, you can find opportunities to then shift gears. What I like is this hold. I don't know it's going to hold there, right? But it held. It held and went line to line. So then the next time, I'm going to rest an order here. That's what I do a lot. Plus, it got a little bit of a slope to the upside, right? So you're up here, you're short, make some money. Frustrated, didn't get to target, right? But hopefully you can make some money out of this. And then this is a trade that I just can't put on because, wouldn't be something I would do. But if I'm watching it and then I get another double dip, I'm going to rest an order here. I didn't do it, and then this held as well. What a nice trade. Anyone trade any MBT today?
Order filled.
Position open.
Ooh.
Order filled. Position closed.
Countdown to NVIDIA earnings. Why I didn't take a graceful exit when it came down to the -1s? You mean here? I've been trading around this position a bunch, so this is just the last one. Not only did not take a graceful exit, I added up here, baby. We add, not in these accounts here. We got a 3 lot on. Could go horribly wrong. No, I don't know. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. I'm sloppy in the afternoons here. That's why. Sloppy in the afternoons. Shouldn't be in any of these shorts here at all. Maybe these two Nazis here. Because this went all the way down to here. I just was not didn't take them off. And then once it started to go back up, I talked about just having inventory on so we could actually hit target here. If I don't have any inventory on, I can't hit target.
Modified.
Bunch of my puts going to expire worthless. I had positioned for some downside in this month, just really small. It doesn't look like any of that's going to work here before Labor Day. I might roll some of them to September. I'm still short the 23,600 calls, so if the reaction to NVIDIA is... If the reaction to NVIDIA today is to the upside, I'm going to lose some money there, at least on paper for a little bit. Oh, thank you. So Prop Shop has a 4:45 rule, so if you're only going to have 25 minutes of fun on Prop Shop, so be careful. 25 minutes. All right, I have a 2-lot on in these two accounts. I'm not exactly sure why, but I'm just going to
Order filled.
close that for this loss here. And where's the other one? 5. Here we go. So we'll just hit that.
Order filled.
There we go. All right, it's coming in a little bit. Come to Butthead. Come to Butthead. And then let me close these two.
Order filled. Position
So what's
closed.
there? I think we should still be green everywhere, yeah. Solid green ass. Solid green ass. All right. So the plan is to just close these.
Order filled. Position closed. Order filled.
There we go.
Position closed.
Go to accounts, solid green ass. Go to the orders. And I'm going to cancel all orders.
Order canceled.
And there we go. So decent TDGWay day. You guys saw it all here. And I actually had some trades on here in the afternoon. I didn't have any trades in any of these accounts, so I did these trades today in the room. So you can just, you see them right here, right? These are all the trades there. So, all right. Do we have any questions over here? Prop Shop, remember, yeah, that's going to close. Waited all day for that retracement. Yeah. Well, I mean, where did it move from? This weird red line up here, right? This weird red line. So just believe in the magic lines, right? That's all I can tell you. All right. I am going to close some of these Dow.
Order filled.
I'll just do this.
Order filled.
Remember, I did some ads in these accounts. These accounts are
Order
my
filled.
bigger PAs. They're the 250s.
Order filled.
I've actually taken payouts from one of them finally, which was cool.
Order filled.
And then, yeah.
Order filled.
Then what we're going to do here is drag this into price right there.
Order filled.
Rest this up here.
Order submitted.
Maybe we get some wackiness. I don't know. Who knows? So I think I got 2 lots here. Yeah, so I use Replicano as an easy way to sort of track all this. So what I do here is, you got that up there, and then I'll just look and go, okay, so I got this series, which is the bigger accounts. I have a 2 lot on, so I'll just like literally manually just buy the ask
Order
there.
filled.
Buy the ask here.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled.
There we go. I'm going to go ahead and, again, look one more time. Make sure that I have no working orders, no positions. I'm going to go ahead and close Tick Blaze. Get that closed. And then I just have a one lot here in the Dow Jones short. And that's it. Very profitable day for all of the PAs. By very profitable, I mean, I guess. So I made about 400. Like this was the lead account today for those. So if I close this here, let me see.
Order filled.
Yeah, about 494. Actually, that's not right because the sorry, that's not right. This one's only up $150. Anyway, good day. All right, any questions before we're done? Make sure, I would suggest that everyone's flat before this number comes out. I mean, I was about as offsides as you could ever be on Friday with that Fed announcement. FOM's Powell statement. I've been trading for like 33 years. It's the first speech by a Fed official that I've ever read in my entire life. I literally printed it out and read it and was like, well, that was weird.
Order submitted. Order filled.
That was weird. All right, everybody, stay green. Trade like you mean it. Have a good one. Appreciate y'all. Remember, as I often say, please do hit the like button. It really does help more people be served this stream. And despite all the new boot goofing, I think there's some good quality stuff here. Remember, trade micros. Micros make money. Don't worry about the commissions, all that nonsense and bullshit. Don't worry about being hyper obsessed with rules. Do these things correctly. Take your time. Produce risk-adjusted returns. Trade micros. You're going to find that you can cash flow these at a lot of different firms. Okay? See you tomorrow bright and early in the trade room if you're a member or even if you're on trial. Stay green, trade like a minute. Be good. Bye.